welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, please make sure to go to my website at letstalkdarling.com. Make sure you scroll on down to the bottom, put your email address in there so we can stay in contact, then scroll on up to the top and follow me on all my social media platforms. Also, make sure you go back to my homepage on YouTube. Click on that join button if you want to join the Let's Talk fam. We are going to be sharing original content, special content for the Let's Talk fam. They're going to be entered into monthly drawing giveaways. There's going to be all kinds of cool stuff. I'm giving away $100. I'm giving away Uncle Tom DVDs, the whole 9 yards. So make sure you don't miss out and become a member of the Let's Talk fam. Okay, so let's get started on today's video. So today we are going to talk about Kamala Harris, okay? I rarely talk about Kamala Harris because she doesn't do anything to talk about other than not do anything when she's supposed to be doing something or says something stupid or whatever. It's really not worthy of my time, so I really talk about it. However, I wanted to talk about this one because I seem to be on a roll today of, talking about online about how the White House is just hypocritical all around. So, hey, why stop on the, 4th of July barbecue video? And, let's just keep going, okay? So anyways, there's an article from the New York Post that states toxic workplace in Kamala Harris's office mirrors campaign woes. So apparently her office is coming under fire because Kamala is getting known as a bad boss. She's creating a toxic work environment. Now, I'm going to read to you this article, as I always do, but how many of you guys remember when Joe Biden took office and he made this statement that he was going to fire immediately on the spot anybody who treated somebody in the campaign or in his office badly? He would have a zero tolerance for it. He would let them go immediately, no ifs, ands, or buts. If you don't remember, watch this video.
If you're ever working with me and I hear you treat another colleague with disrespect, talk down to someone, I promise you I will fire you on the spot. On the spot. No ifs, ands, or buts. Everybody is entitled to be treated with decency.
All right, so you saw that, right? So Joe Biden, where you at? Where you at? Are you gonna fire Kamala on the spot? No ifs, ands, or buts, zero tolerance? Are you? Because we're all waiting with bated breath. Please, Joe, please. If there's anything that you do, if there's any promise that you actually keep, please keep this one. Please, Joe. Anyways, no more funny business. Let's go ahead and read this article so you guys know what's going on, and then we'll talk about it. So it says here, a report by Politico outlining the dysfunction and toxic environment in Vice President Kamala Harris's office recalls similar stories about the final days of her 2020 presidential campaign, which fell apart before the first nominating contest. As the wheels came off the then California Senator primary runs, stories of mistreatment of employees and dissent in the ranks began bubbling up before eventually spilling into the public view. In November of 2019, the Harris campaign stated operations director Kelly Mellenbacher stepped down. Her resignation letter contained a blistering account of mismanagement that had culminated in major staff layoffs just days earlier. She stated, "This is my third presidential campaign, and I have never seen an organization treat its staff so poorly. With less than 90 days until Iowa, we still do not have a real plan to win," the departing operative said. Politico's reporting about the current state of the VP's office, which cites current and former Harris aides, White House officials, and others, it contains echoes of the stories from the campaign trail. A source told Politico that in Harris' office, people are thrown under the bus from the very top. There are short fuses, and it's an abusive environment. It's not a healthy environment, and people often feel mistreated. It's not a place where people feel supported, by a place where people feel treated like shit. According to the reports at the time, much of the blame for Harris' flop as presidential candidate was laid at the feet of two figures, campaign manager Juan Rodriguez and campaign chairman Maya Harris, the vice president's sister. Neither occupy current positions in the vice president's office, and yet the complaints about problems coming from the very top persist. Harris has previously drawn fire for her handling of the border crisis, which was assigned to her portfolio by President Biden in March. Since the criticism has mounted, especially around the vice president's failure for several months to visit the southern border, the vice president did visit El Paso last week, but criticism of her handling of illegal immigration crisis, such as her instance on dealing with its root causes, has continued. Okay. So I'll link this article below. It goes on just a little bit longer, but I want to get to really just talking about this more than anything, because I am just lost as to why people don't call this out. Okay. Had this been anybody else in the Trump administration, it would have been all over the place. It would be nothing, nobody would talk about anything else. I mean, Trump would be labeled a abuser of his people. They mainly have a lot of women and transgendered people in this administration. So how come nobody's talking about that? How come nobody's talking about all the abuse that these people are taking? Now, I'm sure they have been slapped with some major gag orders so that they can't talk about this or write a book. But I'm sure at some point that's going to run out and they're going to just spill all the tea, which I personally will be here for, okay? And I will bring you along with me so that you know what's going on too. At any rate, I'm pretty sure, to be realistic with you, that this is just going to dissipate into the night and we will probably hear nothing about it. There will be no questions asked. Kamala doesn't even like to get asked questions. She gets super irritated when you ask her questions about anything because, let's face it, she doesn't know what she's doing, right? So how can she answer a question about anything? But I want to know what you guys think in the comments box below. If you were a voter of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, what do you think about this? Do you support this? Do you have anything to say about this? I mean, frankly, ever since Joe Biden and her came into office, all these people that were all pro Joe and pro Kamala, I don't hear anything from them. You guys are little tiny, quiet as a mouse over here. I don't hear anybody boasting about anything that they're doing or anything of the sort. But if I'm wrong, you know where to drop it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to come back. Thank you guys so much and have a good one. Bye-bye.